There's an old saying that states, Hajali haina kinga. But one thing that we have to remember is that cars and car parts can always be replaced, but not the sanctity of human life. So guys, whenever we're on the roads or in our estates, let us all ensure that we are brothers and sisters keepers.
Sijui wafikirianga wao ni nani. We, ni nini?
Mbona umenigonga?
Na usini madam hapa ni nini shida yako?
Ni uangalie barabara ukikuja.
Siangalii na ni wewe
nani amegonga mwenzake?
Wewe ndio umenigonga kwa sababu uangalii because you are not looking. Use your mirrors.
Oh, kama ona. Si ni evidence iko hapa wewe ndio
evidence wewe ndio umetoka vibaya nyuma. Nyinyi mnajifanyanga sana na hizo.
Whenever an accident occurs, a lot of things happen at the accident scene. One, some of the parties tend to cry. Two, others remain frozen and remain seated at their seats. Three, some parties tend to exchange insults. Four, some of the parties again proceed to exchange feats. Kama Tyson na Evander Holyfield. Five, my people from Homa Bay, or as they call it, the Bay Area, tend to ask other people if they really know who they really are. However, what most people don't understand is that whenever a road traffic accident occurs, this situation automatically creates a legal dispute. Join me on the episode of Cars and Laws as we guide you on how to process and handle all accident scenes. I'll be your host, Wakili Cedric Magotsi. As indicated earlier, with the occurrence of a road traffic accident, a legal dispute immediately arises. With the arising of these legal disputes, also arises parties to this legal dispute. One of the parties is the plaintiff or the will-be plaintiff. Kwa Kiswahili wanaitwa mshtaki ama mshtaki mtarajiwa. The second party that arises also is the defendant or the will-be defendant. In Kiswahili, mshtakiwa ama mshtakiwa mtarajiwa. However, one thing that we have to understand is that eventually this legal dispute has to be resolved, either amicably or in court. I will take you through the process of resolving or settling these legal disputes. We shall start with the part of the defendant ama mshtakiwa ama mshtakiwa mtarajiwa. How can the defendant, yule jamaa ambaye amegongana, how can he or she amicably settle this suit? There are three ways in which the defendant can settle this suit. One of them is by paying off the plaintiff ama yule mshtaki katika that accident scene. They reach to an agreement, they assess the damage of the vehicles, then anaamua mlipe yule mwenye aligongwa. However, by paying the plaintiff at that particular juncture where the accident occurs, the same has its pros and its cons. The pros of that is that that dispute will be settled amicably there and then. However, the cons of doing that is that once you pay the other party any sort of monetary gifts or any other material payments, you create what is known as accepting liability. Now, with the acceptance of liability, yule ambaye amegongwa anaweza enda a file kesi kotini. Yes, you have paid them, but anaweza enda a file kesi kotini, and that acceptance of liability makes you guilty straightforward. The courts won't hesitate to give or to enter a judgment against the person who willingly paid the other person at the accident scene. Basically, what we are trying to say is, ukilipana, itabidi umeendelea kulipana hata kama kesi iko kotini. That's why, and that is one of the reasons why insurance companies always instruct and tell you do not accept liability. Kwa sababu ukiaccept liability, hiyo kesi iende kotini, you'll be compelled to pay any other additional amounts that the plaintiff may seek from court. So avoid. Yes, it's a good way to settle this claim amicably and faster and swiftly, but avoid paying the other party hiyo pesa ambayo anakuitisha, because what you'll be doing then will be accepting liability. The second thing the defendant can do to settle this dispute quickly and swiftly is to call the insurance, update his or her insurance company that indeed an accident has occurred. By doing this, the insurance company will come on board, assess the damage of the accident, instruct their lawyers. If this case is going to court, their lawyers will go to court. If they win or lose, their lawyers will work and act on behalf of the defendant without paying any cents. This is because ukilipa zile insurance policies, the insurance company is supposed to provide for you a lawyer. Insurance policy ina cover all that. So that is the safest way to do it. Kama uko involved in an accident na wewe ndio umegongana, pigia agent wako ama insurance company yako, uambie I'm at this specific location, the accident has occurred, I need your assistance. The first thing they'll tell you, avoid accepting liability. Kutoka hapo sasa watachukua case, process. If it's payable, they reach out to the other guys, waone kama hiyo case inaweza settleiwa out of court. If it's not, they'll proceed to court and challenge your case lawfully in a court of law. That again, as I repeat, that is the safest way of handling an incident or a road traffic accident kama ni wewe ambayo umegongana. The third thing unaweza fanya kama ambayo umegongana kusettle hii legal claim is to get yourself an advocate. Then this advocate will take this matter on your behalf. Remember, as we've indicated earlier, after processing the evidence or after collecting the evidence, the insurance, the policy of the other car, the accident scene, the surrounding areas, after you've collected this evidence, then take this evidence, you share it with the advocate, wakili wako ataenda kotini, then atakurepresent. However, as indicated earlier, hiyo itabidi niwe umegharamikia costs za wakili za kwenda kotini. Lakini ukipigia insurance company yako, the insurance company will come on board, watachukua hiyo kesi na watafanya hiyo kesi na wakili wao. So again, kama ni wewe umegongana na wewe ndio mshtakiwa ama mshtakiwa mtarajiwa, there are 3 ways you can settle this legal dispute. 1, pay ule mtu umegonga hapo kwa accident scene, but as I've said, once you do that, 2 things are going to happen. 1, utakuwa umerahisisha hiyo kesi na umemaliza hiyo kesi kimwanaume pale kwa accident scene. Ama 2, which is a dangerous path, utakuwa ume accept liability, and with acceptance of liability, once this case goes to court, you may be liable to pay any additional amounts. Actually hata court itasikiza hiyo kesi kwa sababu itasema ume accept liability, wewe lipa tu ule jamaa what he has requested for in the judgment. That's one way of doing it, paying the plaintiff. The second way is calling the insurance, which is the sure bet. Insurance wakuje wapitie hiyo claim, uangalie na assess the damages, then either they pay ule mtu amegongwa ama they instruct the advocate aende kotini ya kurepresent. Again, hapo is the safest way kwa sababu hautalipa lawyer wa insurance company kurepresent, ama hautatarajiwa kulipa any cost kufile kesi kotini. So always call your insurance company and inform them of the accident scene. Thirdly, vile nimerudia tena na nitarudia, unaweza amua you kama mtu ambaye umegongana, utafute wakili wako, a come on records, akurepresent katika kuprocess the entire legal case ama the entire legal dispute. But the problem with that is you may get challenges in trying to recover from your insurance company, kwa sababu insurance company yako itakuuliza, if this accident happened, why didn't you inform us? Then ianze kukua kizungumkuti, and if you happen to lose that case, ni wewe utabeba mzigo ya kulipa the other side na kulipa wakili wa hiyo pande nyingine. So if you are a defendant ama mtu ambaye umegongana katika accident scene, the best option for you is to instruct your insurance company wakuje wa take over the case, then they represent you in a court of law. Now tukiproceed, huyo ni defendant, ule ambaye amegongana. Kuna ule anaitwa plaintiff ambaye amegongwa na ambaye amefile that specific case in court. How does a plaintiff resolve this legal dispute? There are 3 ways a plaintiff may resolve this legal dispute. One, kama defendant anaweza amua alipo pale kwa accident scene, assess damage imefanyika kwa gari lake, he gets paid, he or she gets paid, then I proceed to settle the dispute. 2, anaweza amua fuatilie kesi na ipeleke kotini. Tukirudi pale kwa settlement at the crime scene, the problem with doing that is that yes, legal dispute itakuwa resolved immediately. However, kama umegongwa kwa accident na uko na maumivu mengine, uko na injuries, bodily injuries, ama the vehicle has suffered additional damages, you may never know ukiwa pale kwa accident scene hadi uende pale kwa mechanic wako gari resolve. Once you accepted payment at that particular point when the accident occurred, na umesign documents ya kwamba mimi nimelipwa, niko sawa, you can never bring up another legal dispute as against the defendant. So it's a risk, it's a very great risk. So always kama ni kuagree, bring in your legal team, bring in your mechanical ama engineering experts akuje angalia gari yako, enda hospitali uchekiwe kama umeumia, because if other additional expenses occur, ni wewe kama plaintiff utabeba hizo expenses peke yako. The best way to do it is go to the police, gather evidence, prepare a court file, then go to court. Then from there kesi ianze. Then kutoka hapo itafuatiliwa na wakili wako, then you get your dues in a legal manner.